Welcome to the Axel Show. I am your host, the wonderful J.Y.
I am your co-host, Miss Shay.
And I'm your co-host, Neisha B.
Welcome to the Axel, you guys. All right, today I want to get into these trending topics, and I want to start off with Kamala Harris. So Kamala Harris says she might have to take over as president, and she is ready to do so. So Kamala Harris made a statement saying if Biden is unable to complete his term in office, she is ready and she is required to do so. Because we know that Joe Biden is the oldest president ever. He will be turning, 81 in November. And he is also seeking a second term in next year election, even though he will be 86 upon leaving the office. So how do you all feel if Kamala Harris was to take over as president? And how do you feel about Joe Biden, his age, and the second term in next year election, Jay?
Okay, well, first of all, let's get to straight to Biden before you get to Miss Kamala Harris. Um, Biden, I think that honestly, he's up there in age. Who's no? I mean, I'm not saying he might not remember some things, and I'm just saying I don't think that's me personally. This is my opinion. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea um, at all. To me personally, I don't even think he even did much of nothing while he was in there anyway. So I mean, honestly, I don't think so. I don't think I think it's time for him to maybe just sit down and just let somebody else, just take over. That somebody's actually gonna step in and actually do something, and all these promises that you're promising to the people actually make it happen. As for Miss Harris, honestly, who knows? I mean, she might step in and do a great job. I mean, who knows? I mean, but also personally, I don't see as much as she did a whole lot. I mean, I don't see what she probably, but who, like I said, who knows? She might can step in and get some ideas that maybe push the effect of what Biden's supposed to be doing, what he said to the people. And I mean, I can't say. I'm not even sure about her as well, but I know Biden for sure is it's time to retire. It's time to sit down. Like, no, it's not going to happen. 86 people. What are you thinking? What? Just say. I don't think so. I don't. My opinion. No, no,
Okay,
no.
what about you, Miss Nisha? How do you feel about Kamala Harris wanting to step in and Joe Biden with his age and he trying to go for a second term? How do you feel about that?
Well, this is my opinion. The way I feel about that, I feel that it is okay for a beautiful queen like herself to step into the White House because, like you said, never had a woman to become a president before. It would be something new. It would be something new to the world of the people. It would be different, and she might can actually be the one that changed a lot of things. I mean, who knows? I mean, you never know. Because lately, every president we've been getting, they promised us and some things, and we never got it. It never happened. And she, as a female, knows, but you know what they say, females knows what they want. So she might know what the people need rather than what they want. So I feel that it's great if she step in and try to do. I mean, no one's perfect. She might make some mistakes, or but people have to learn from things. She might be the one that learn from her mistakes, or if some are made, I think that she should give it a try. It never hurts to try. And not saying that she knows, but you got to be able to at least know how to be a president before trying to be a president. First of all, you got to be strong enough to know how to do it. And as a Joe Biden, I really think he needs to just, like Miss Shay said, sit down. Like, you 86 years old, ain't nothing wrong with giving somebody else that seat. You done had your share in the White House of becoming a president. I mean, that's a hard job to take on, you know, think about it. It might be a lot of people in the world wishing they was president. He got the chance of being blessed to become one. So being since he already a president, why not give somebody else that chance? Why not stay at home and get your disability or anything like that? Ain't nothing wrong with sitting at home. If you already having health issues, what you think the people would think?
And
We
you
will be
know what? Well,
president.
well, you know what, Miss Neisha, well, he don't have to worry about this business because you know every president gets some like a certain amount of money. Like I don't know how they do it every
It's just a saying.
often. They get like some type of settlement
Yeah, like a
amount.
retirement situation going on. He probably get a retirement check or anything. I'm just saying, dealing with health wise, it's just a word of mouth of saying, that
Yeah,
he
but you got to make
he's
sure you
old
have
and
to
he's up
also
in
look at
age.
you also have to look at the fact that okay, well, Miss Nisha, when what you said about Miss Harris or whatnot,
Uh-huh.
and that's I like the things that you said because we there will be something different about having a woman
It'll be something new.
at the same time, though, you have to also see forth of she's not the president, but I understand that. But the thing about it, she's involved also in decisions and everything that he makes as well,
Yeah,
about
that's understandable. But things can change. She can turn it. You know, she might be involved in the things that he's doing as well.
I mean, she's the
But
vice
two,
president.
yeah, she's the vice president. That's true. But at the same time, she might get in there and hit a 360. I mean, meaning that she might get in there, even though she is vice president, she might get in there and do something differently than she was told to do when she was not in that chair as a president. But we're talking about president, though. That changed the mind. When people take a bigger role in a bigger position in a higher seat, they don't be the same as they were when they was just working up under somebody as a vice
But see,
president.
but
You know
that's
what I'm saying?
only stepping into his spot if she have to, which is hypothetically she say this only if she have to
Yeah,
and she feel that
yeah.
it's no need, because she don't really actually think it's going to happen, but if she have to, I mean,
Yep.
she's ready. I mean,
Anything
she
is
has an
possible.
oath. She has an oath that she took.
Right.
So I mean, but
But
and I
anything, what
think
they
it's
say,
time for
anything
him
is
to,
possible.
yeah.
Anything is possible. He getting old, he's up in age, he's having health
Yeah,
issues.
that's why I think that we should get somebody else in there. I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean,
other than Biden.
How we
Just
just get
saying.
somebody
yeah, he's getting older, but
president and a whole new vice president. How do we get a whole new president and a whole new vice president? Because honestly, I don't see anything that Miss Kamala Harris
yeah, no one did
have
anything,
been
but
doing. Have
anything
not
is
been
possible.
doing this. And I mean, they made some changes. Okay, they made some changes. I'm not gonna say that they have not done nothing at all. Joe Biden, he tried to make some changes, but it's not enough. And like I said, this is my own personal opinion. I know a lot of people might feel like it's never going to be enough. So, but he's
Yeah,
to an age where, like I said, I agree with you, Miss Nisha and Miss Shay, that it's time for someone else to step in and someone younger that's going to take take these responsibilities and maybe do a better job.
Be
You know,
put forth
than
with
being
him.
president.
Exactly.
yeah.
So, yeah,
It's time for him to retire. It's just time. It's that time. It's time for him to get up from there. Because like you said, your health matters, and you falling everywhere and doing all
yeah,
that.
you know, I always
It's
see
not
him
gonna be good for
falling
him.
everywhere. If you look at videos that they put on the news or you read articles, he always falling and hurting himself. So I don't, and maybe that's
So it's time to sit down. It's time to
Yeah.
right.
retire. I mean, it's
And there's
okay.
nothing
You
wrong with
did what you
somebody else
could.
new
You
coming in.
tried, and hey, everybody
There's
don't
nothing wrong.
succeed as
I
being the
agree with y'all
president.
100%. It's nothing wrong with a new person coming in as a president as well as a new vice president. It's nothing wrong with it. It really not. But you got to think about it. Once they get up in there, it'd be different every time. I mean, I'm not saying we might get something,
It does. It
it'd
does.
be different every
It
time.
does. I mean, of course, we know that they ain't gonna do everything that they say that they're
Yeah.
gonna do.
Right.
We know that. You know,
And you
they got
know,
to say what they can to get in there. So
Yeah.
topic, Tony Braxton. So Tony Braxton received a $1,972 royalty check from her first recording contract. So it was reported that the album generated over $170 million in global sales. And the album includes tracks I Belong to You, Breathe Again, Another Sad Love Song, which earned Braxton her first Grammy
hits.
Awards for her Best New Artist and Best Female R&B vocal performance. But as of now, she owed her previous and her current label $16 million in warranty payments, property taxes on her home, plus 3 years of federal tax payments to the RS, and a whole lot of other more debts. So, portion to you girls is like, how do you feel about like artists and they signing these contracts that they really not just reading and they really just not understanding? And how do you feel about the like independent artists versus like contract label artists? Like, what about you, Miss Shay? How do you feel about this situation with Tony Braxton and her first signing record label contract? How do you feel about this situation?
Horrible for her. For her, yes, because I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, these are some good hits, Miss J. White. You just named those are some hits, and I know those hits alone profited over a million itself for those hits on that album. So I know, no, ain't no way. See, the thing about it, you got to be careful. You got to be careful now these days when you get into the record label business. I mean, it's a lot of shady stuff and everything going on. You got to get somebody to read those contracts, get a lawyer or somebody that knows and understands those contracts because those little tiny writings in there, you got to be careful. You don't know what you might be signing your life away or anything. You don't know that. So I feel that better, like as an independent, being an independent artist, to actually work your way up to what you need to be. I mean, to me personally, I think that's the best. The best. Your own, your copyrights to your music, your masters, everything. And I think that just being an independent artist is more work. True enough, it's work, but you own your own stuff. You know,
Right,
you won't have to, be looking over your shoulder trying to wonder if this is gonna get taken from you, or you got to do it act a certain way or become a certain way, or change your music, your style, and everything within these contracts. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. I just hate it for her. I really hate it for her because I feel like there ain't no way she should be in the position that she's in. My opinion.
all right. So, how do you feel about this situation, Miss Nisha?
I agree. I mean, she have no business being in a situation like that for herself as a talented artist. She's, Tony very talented, and she sings some good songs. She has some amazing hits, and I feel kind of bad for her, to be in the situation that she's in because she don't deserve to be in a situation like that. But we all know that the music industry is like she said, shady, but at the same time, it's cutthroat business. Okay, so by it being a cutthroat business, it's just not what it means, what it seems to be. And I feel that the independents as artists, as independent, have a chance on, you know, having a better life in their music business rather than them, because the way I say that is because you, like she said, you get to own all your rights. And especially when it's time to put out music, you get to put out music when you want to put out music. You don't have to wait on nobody else hand and feet to put out your music. You don't have to
Right,
worry about money getting taken or anything getting stolen from you. Or you will basically be able to see where all your profit is going. Everything you earn, you'll be able to keep it, and you won't have to worry about spreading your money out to many different people. So yeah, I
right.
really
And you,
feel bad of her have to go through that. And that's just my opinion. She's a good artist. I just don't feel that it's right that she have to have all this taken from her. But yes, I agree with Miss Shay every step of the way, 100%.
okay. All right, because it was stated that a lot of her expenses and money went to like travel fees, studio time, makeup, and music video, clothes, and all other expenses. When you do a contract with a a record label, it's really a advance. And if you don't make those sales to gain that money back, you're gonna continue
Mm-hmm.
pretty much gonna be constantly have to owe the record label back, and you're gonna continue to make yourself get into debt because you're constantly redoing it back over in a cycle. They
Right.
they give you 10 million, and you don't make your 10 million in sales. Let's say you only make 6 million. Then now you owe 4 million, and then you go redo the contract again, and you go on, and you continue to put yourself in debt. So always remember, when you get signed to a record label, and within that contract, it's a advance. They're not going to give you money just to give you money, and you don't give them nothing back in return. So, all right,
Right.
so
You gotta be careful.
Yeah, you gotta be very careful because the money they give you up front really be the money that you have to pay back.
Read
right,
the contracts. Read the contracts. If you're trying to go with being, other than being just an independent artist, and if you just like go with the contract and say, "Oh, we're gonna offer you $25,000 and everything like that," because you feel that, oh, you want to go ahead
Right.
and take the money because you feel like, oh, I'm gonna get this money, but it's consequences that come behind it when you do it.
right.
So make sure you stand in what you sign. It's okay to be the independent because you're working your way up to your dream, something that you really want. If you're really motivated to do it, just remember anything can happen. You push
And,
yourself far enough to make it happen. It can happen. You
and,
see it every day. They'll tell you.
and remember,
You see it
remember
every day.
now.
They don't read that small fine print. And then some people these days get these contracts, they so be fast to sign it because of the money, and they don't pay attention to the fine print. And another thing they don't need to do, don't never get a attorney from the industry. You always got to get your own attorney to look over your stuff because when you get
Right.
a attorney, it's easily get caught off guard with the wrong thing. You'll be standing yourself.
Okay, and also remember, you guys, it's easy now than it was back back then when she first got signed to her record label. I think it was back in '93. It's easier now, to be independent. You got social media. Y'all got YouTube, TikTok. It's so easy now that you got the independent tour people. My suggestion to everyone: go independent. And if you feel like you in the industry and you can trust someone, then get you, like I said, like Miss Neisha said, get you an outside attorney, read over the contract, and like in my own words, I would tell you guys to get a short term contract, nothing that's going to be long term, and just go from there. All right, so I want to talk about this next topic. It was that $590 million was misspent in the state of Mississippi during the pandemic. So during the whole COVID-19 situation, it was reported that the state of Mississippi alone was out of $590 million from fraud and misspending, and a lot of I guess a lot of things that went on with like the taxes and fraud and a whole lot of things like that. So how do you girls feel about the $590 million that was misspent in the state of Mississippi?
Well, I'm gonna tell you now. I mean,
do you feel that, like, where do you feel that this money was misspent the most? Because a lot of people were doing a whole lot of fraudulent
they
things
still
when COVID hit.
going to Texas trying to get the extra money. I mean, of course, this is where it went to. I mean, you got these people out here doing a whole lot of fraudulent things just to get the extra money. You got people sitting up here just, especially just on the Texas part alone. Let's just say on that part alone, to me, my opinion, I think that's where most majority of the money they went to. You got these people doing bogus taxes and stuff, so they're filing business that they know they don't have, and then on top of that, you sitting up here just putting income that you don't have, dependents and everything. But y'all got to understand, when y'all doing this, you better be real careful who, if you is call yourself doing this, because they're cracking down. The IRS is getting harder and harder by the minute on these taxes or whatnot. They cracking down. They want to make sure that you got all the information that you're supposed to have for what you got during the taxes, during tax season now. But that's where the money went. Of course, we know fraudulent taxes. That's that's where the money went, my opinion.
Right. How do you feel, Miss Neisha? What do you feel that most of this money was misspent? Like what, like taxes, or just a lot of people doing the what was they doing, the BP loans? What do you feel about this situation?
That's why I said people filing business they know they don't have, trying to get the money
Right.
for these loans.
More towards the fraudulent situation. I really think that's money going. Like she said, involved in taxes. I mean, you got to think about people doing crazy stuff every day in the world, especially when it comes to money. They do anything for the money. So yes, I feel like it's going towards they fraud people. Like she said, stealing money, doing things with the money they shouldn't be doing, going up on the fraud. It's other people's, like, companies. You got even people fraud other people's companies, and shouldn't be doing it. I have experienced things like that in my life. Now, today, in the world today, where I'm being fraud. People go through your light bills, people going through your cotton notes, everything, just using your social security number, your date of birth, and everything. So yeah,
Right.
it's a lot going wrong.
And then they doing fake checks. So I'm telling y'all better stop doing these fake checks and trying to get some tax money.
All type of stuff to get money. I've been done like that with fake checks sent to me. Be all skittery and happy about it.
Yes, y'all, Miss Nisha was a victim herself, so she knows personally.
Yes, people using your check accounts all time. Yes, I agree 100%. They need to crack down on, because it's wrong, and it's more definitely not right. So yes, I agree 100%, and not to mention that's what I believe is going to on the tax. These people lying about these PP loans. They know they ain't got no business bigger than Chuck E. Cheese, and they out here made like they got all this, a whole big land, and you go there, they say somewhere, no, it's a low down dirty shop.
And like I said, there was $590 million that was missing alone in the state of Mississippi.
That's a lot of money. It's a lot of PP loans, yeah. That's a lot of. That's a lot.
That's
a lot of money. Because you got to understand, these people getting 10,000, all this money for this just one person alone. Yeah, I was getting $10,000 for these PP loans. I mean, guess where the money went.
And you know what? Like you said, each person got, like, just for one person $10,000, and they'll tell you, "Oh, I own a big old restaurant." No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Yeah,
you better be that crack down on that though.
You see them riding in the sports vehicle, Jeeps.
They crack down on it.
It's going right to the club. I hate to say it. I'm sorry to put it out there, yeah. But y'all know I'm right. That money going somewhere it don't have no business going, when it should be going where the people really need. We need to put it where it's supposed to go.
And I think that's one of the main reasons why it's so hard to get help in the state of Mississippi. In the state of Mississippi, it's so hard to get help, but at the same time, it's so much fraudulent activity that go on in the state of Mississippi. So we can't get help because of the things that the people do within the state of Mississippi.
Yep, they run it for the next person. That's what they do. They run it for the people that actually have businesses. It make it hard for the people to fight for the money. to receive the money because of what they are trying and doing. And it make it hard for the other people in the world of the government to even trust the people that actually need the money and have those businesses. It makes a lot of things. Just like far as housing. It makes it hard for us to get a house these days now. When you rent a house or so, maybe to those that have to rent, they got a box on the door now. Back then, you used to take the kids, stick it in the door, and go on in. When you want to buy a house or rent a house, you can't do that no more. Because people even put
Not no more.
like it's theirs, and it's not. You know, it's a lot. Yes, I agree with Miss Shay. I agree with you too, Miss Wonderful JY.
Yeah.
It's hard and it's wrong, and it's not right. That's where the money going.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. $590 billion.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
So people in the state of Mississippi, you know you're not getting no help. You're not getting no help. So
You know who you are.
right.
You know who you are.
Right. So this is going to conclude the show. I am the wonderful JY. You guys follow the wonderful JY on Instagram, Facebook, wonderful.jy. Also follow the Axel Show Facebook page. Check us out on YouTube, Axel Show. Check out the Axel Show on www.atslfmhits.com. Also, check out the Axel Show podcast anywhere that you listen to your everyday podcast. All right, what about you, Miss Shay?
Y'all can look for me on Facebook as Shayna Young. It's a private page, so you have to send me a friend request. Also, be on the lookout for my business page, Miss Shay, as well. So you can get it to anybody can be able to send me a friend request on that. It's not private. Also, you can find me on Instagram as Miss Shay.
All right, Neisha.
Okay, you guys can look for your girl, Neisha B. The co-host, Neisha B. Look for me on Instagram, Neisha_model. Also look for me on Facebook, Neisha B. the model. Also on Facebook, again, you can find me on Neisha Brown Casting. So don't hesitate to look me up, and also look the Xtel Show up. You don't want to miss us every Thursday at 7:30. Tune in.
China 17. Also, check out the wonderful JY and DJ Ray every Saturday at 6 p.m. on 96.3. And you guys have a blessed day. We will see you guys next week, next Thursday, same time, 7:30.
See y'all later. Comment.
Bye.
I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, it's 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything. Now you be surprised at the info you get is by letting them talk, so